This is News 3 Now this morning.
When our very democracy was on the ballot in this election, with the very soul of America at stake, and the world watching, you ushered in a new day for America.
It's time to put away the harsh rhetoric, lower the temperature, see each other again, listen to each other again. And to make progress, we have to stop treating our opponents as our enemies. They are not our enemies. They are Americans. They're Americans.
Good morning, everyone. It's November 8th. I'm Taylor Lazenby. This weekend, it became official. Joe Biden will be the next president of the United States. 48 years to the day. After Biden won a seat in the Senate, the soon-to-be 78-year-old was named the winner of the 2020 presidential election. When Biden takes office in January, he will be the oldest sitting president in American history. And here in Madison, the news of Biden's victory brought massive crowds to the Capitol Square. On one side, celebration, and on the other, anger and disbelief. Our Adam Dexter reports.
Natalie Hoffman was already outside the Wisconsin state capitol when she got the news.
Obviously, it's a huge relief.
She was soon joined by hundreds of others on the State Street steps, eager to celebrate Joe Biden being projected as the next United States president.
I'm feeling invincible because the youngest and the blackest cities in the country defeated a racist authoritarian and transformed and changed history in this country.
Well, the celebration continued on one side of the Capitol. On the other, confrontation in a crowd of 100 or so Trump supporters who don't believe he lost.
Not for 1 minute do I believe that Joe Biden is going to go into the Oval Office. Absolutely no way.
Davina Segal and her son Jordan drove all the way from Rhinelander to protest. And while the group of Trump supporters say the election was stolen, there's no evidence so far of any foul play either in Wisconsin or across the nation.
It wasn't just another lie, just like everything else they put out.
But again, the facts say otherwise, as Joe Biden racks up the most votes for a presidential candidate ever. And while some states still haven't called their results, he'll have more than the 270 electoral votes he needs, which Madison says is something worth celebrating.
I'm feeling incredibly proud, especially of all of the people of color here in Madison and in Milwaukee that changed the tide in the state.
In Madison, Adam Dexter, News 3 Now.
Assembly Speaker Robin Vos has said that he is going to ask for an investigation into Wisconsin's votes, but he did not cite specific issues he had with the process. The Wisconsin Elections Commission has said there is no evidence of voter fraud. And the next First Lady is celebrating her husband's win. Dr. Jill Biden tweeted this picture this weekend. It says Joe Biden will be a president for all families, as Biden wears a hat reading "We just did it" and the number 46. Joe Biden is already promising to get to work this week, planning for what the start of his first term will look like. The Washington Post reports Biden plans to sign a series of executive orders after being sworn into office on January 20th. The orders will reverse policies put into place by President Trump. The Post reports the U.S. will rejoin the Paris Climate Accords, reverse Trump's withdrawal from the World Health Organization, and reinstate the program allowing Dreamers who were brought to the U.S. illegally as children. And overnight, Biden announced he will announce a 12-person coronavirus task force tomorrow. In a speech, the president-elect called the virus one of the biggest obstacles facing the country. He said he hopes tomorrow's announcement will show how serious he is about beating COVID-19. The task force will be headed by 3 co-chairs, including former Surgeon General Vivek Murthy. And nationally, it's taken much of this week for the results to come in. Professor Michael Wagner from the UW-Madison joins us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
So just talk about, what were your thoughts on hearing the speech last night?
Well, I thought the speech hit a lot of the notes that most Americans were looking to hear, related to moving forward, related to some, cooling of partisan temperatures, and also related to the agenda. Both Joe Biden and Kamala Harris talked about policies to deal with systemic racism. They talked about policies to deal with climate change, but both, of course, began with the coronavirus pandemic. And so those seem to be the top things on their minds.
Now, Professor Wagner, do you feel like the president will concede peacefully when it is time?
I have no idea. The president has telegraphed for months that he wouldn't be likely to accept a result where he lost. He now has a result where he lost. He's currently seeking remedy in the courts in a few different states, although it's not clear that there's any good evidence to base his current inquiries on, but we'll find out what happens. I think that the pressure is likely to keep growing on the president. People around the country, although notably hardly any elected Republicans, and then also lots of world leaders have been congratulating Joe Biden. And so I think if elected officials in the Republican Party, so far I'm aware of Senator Mitt Romney in Utah doing this, I think there will be more pressure on the president to peacefully concede. But what he does, I think, is anybody's guess.
Now, when we look forward into the Biden-Harris administration on their platforms, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to seeing from that administration?
Well, again, I think the coronavirus task force is probably job one. It's what they spent a lot of their campaign talking about. Work dealing with climate change. I think plans related to systemic racism and police reform are likely on their docket as well. And then policies related to middle-class workers and their kind of economic vitality seem to all be things that Biden has talked quite a bit about. And then there's healthcare as well. We'll see some of these changes come as quickly as they can through executive orders, but most of them will have to go through the Senate, which makes the two runoff races coming in Georgia incredibly important because they will determine which party controls the majority in that chamber.
And lastly, Professor Wagner, when we look at the overall votes here in Wisconsin, were you surprised with just how that turned out?
It was a little bit closer than the polling suggested it would be. So far, there doesn't seem to be evidence that it was a shy Trump voter effect. It wasn't the case that people weren't willing to say who they preferred. It seems to be more a case of pollsters having a hard time finding a small but systematically important group of people who supported the president and getting them to agree to do the survey in the first place. But that's definitely something that we'll see pollsters and others try to do a lot of learning about in the coming days and months.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We, of course, certainly appreciate this. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Well, moving on, the process of verifying every vote will continue all week long here in Wisconsin. And amid cries of voter fraud and questions surrounding election security, the Wisconsin Election Commission is doing everything it can to reassure voters Tuesday's election was run well.
Elections must be transparent. Every step of our elections is transparent, from election day to the tally of absentees to certification. I believe that the planning, preparation, and addressing voter questions should be too.
Earlier this week, the FBI and the Director of National Intelligence warned that foreign actors are trying to confuse voters in the U.S. and sow doubt about the election process through emails to voters. There's no evidence that Wisconsin's or any state system have been accused or compromised in any way. While election officials canvass Wisconsin votes, that's the word for processing and triple checking your ballots. You can follow your ballot's journey online at myvote.wi.gov. For some voters right now, your vote might not show up as counted, but that doesn't mean it wasn't received. It can take up to 30 to 45 days to update that status online. Here in Wisconsin, all ballots must be counted by November 17th. That's just 2 weeks from Election Day. And the results will be certified by the beginning of December. And election officials have a lot to count locally. Here in Madison, we had a major voter turnout. According to a tweet from the clerk's office, the final turnout was about 84.7%. That's nearly 162,000 votes. Madison also won a 5-city early voting challenge between Wisconsin mayors in several cities, including Milwaukee and in Green Bay. Another thing this year's election showed is just how polarizing politics can be. That's obvious just taking a look at Wisconsin's political map.
33 of the counties that Donald Trump carried in 2016, he carried by a bigger margin than he carried before. And then there's another, smaller number that were about the same margin. And then Joe Biden actually carried the Clinton counties by a somewhat larger margin than Clinton had carried them. And so there was a dividing where the state was even more polarized now in this election than it was in 2016.
Only 2 Wisconsin counties flipped this year. Sauk and Door counties both went into the red in 2016 and are now blue. And as our state's results are verified, we will be transparent and share that information with you as soon as we get it. So be sure to stick with News 3 Now, both on air and on our website. That's at channel3000.com. And we're having a wonderful weekend this weekend and beautiful weather outside. Let's head over to Chris.
Yeah, good morning. Second day in a row, really, for what seems like the nth day in the row. We've had multiple days of sunshine. That continues, but one thing I'm watching is this storm system over the northern Rockies as we speak. All this is the next change to our weather pattern that will gradually begin to work in as we go through time. That being said, here's how things shape up for us now. The skies are clear. Temperatures are into the 50s, really all throughout the state. Some of us are already knocking on the door of seeing 60 degrees. We'll all make it into the 60s. A lot of us are going to be making it into the lower 70s as we go through time. 53 officially in Madison. Winds out of the south at 9. I've said it all week. As long as we see that southerly wind, temperatures will have the opportunity to warm on up. And we're going to do it. 72 by the time we get you towards 1 o'clock. That's about where we expect our high to be as we go throughout today, Taylor. But I'm watching the cold front when that arrives, how long we'll see the showers and thunderstorms, and whether or not we could see some wintry precipitation on the backside. I'll have that full forecast in a matter of about 5 to 10 minutes.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Chris. Well, now for some promising news. AstraZeneca says the late-stage trials for coronavirus vaccines are on track to produce results later on this year, which means if approved by the CDC, a vaccine could become available in just a couple of months. CDC officials are already preparing for this, announcing a new tool to help them track any potential adverse effects of the vaccine. It's called vSafe, and it's a smartphone-based way for the CDC to monitor vaccine recipients for health problems. Users will be able to text health officials if they're experiencing any problems and take weekly online surveys to measure how they're feeling. Federal health officials hope programs like this one will help Americans feel confident in any new vaccine.
FDA will not authorize or approve any COVID-19 vaccine before it has met the agency's rigorous expectations for safety and effectiveness.
Once approved, the COVID vaccine will first be given to specific groups like healthcare and essential workers. We will have more coronavirus headlines in our next half hour. And more local news and an opportunity for anyone interested in entering the construction trades to get 7 weeks of free training working on SSM Health's new South Madison campus. Starting in December, trainees will earn necessary certifications and gain hands-on experience working at the SSM clinic site. SSM Health is partnering with Findorf, the Urban League of Greater Madison, and operating Fresh Start for the training program. Anyone interested in applying should go to the Urban League's website. That's at ulgm.org/advance. And the new clinic is replacing SSM's 60-year facility on Thackeray Road. I hope I pronounced that right. So far, the first 3 floors of the steel have been completed with steel decking, and next concrete flooring will be poured in. Next month, exterior windows, framing, fireproofing will all begin. And the time right now is 7:14, and when we come back, it's almost time for basketball season. I'm excited. When the NBA says you can watch games again, we'll have that coming up. And here's a look outside this morning. Chris, has been tracking our weather all week long. We'll have that next.
Keep your holidays in sync with free pickup on all your fresh favorites from Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Do you take daily prescription pain medications, but they don't help enough? Do you want more options to better manage chronic pain? University of Wisconsin-Madison STAMP Study offers free, safe, therapeutic programs to address chronic pain. The programs occur once a week for 8 weeks and pays up to $340. Call 608-212-6902 today. Again, that's 608-212-6902.
Time to start it up, America. You've got a lot of joy to make. And we're kicking off the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event because you've got turkeys to fry and thanks to give. It's our thing. So we're giving you incredible deals on the Built Ford Top F-150 and Ford Ranger. That'll make a lot of joy this season. Ford, built for the holidays. Now lease the Built Ford Tough F-150 STX for just $299 a month during the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event at your Wisconsin dealer.
These days, Social Security is denying more disability claims than ever. If you can't work, it can be harder to win benefits. I'm attorney Don Becker. Now more than ever, you need an experienced disability lawyer. For over 30 years, my firm has helped people win benefits. Disability law is all we do.
The Becker Law Office, 1-800-254-7766.
When it comes to COVID-19, Wisconsin has been playing a lot of defense lately.
In fact, the spread is causing significant risk in our state. There's not much time left on the clock.
But with the right game plan, we can turn this around.
Wear a mask, wash your hands, maintain social distance.
We can't win unless it's a team effort. Let's all work together to slow the spread of COVID-19 before it's too late.
Let's do this, Wisconsin.
Let's do this, Wisconsin.
Let's do this, Wisconsin.
With the Pick and Save app, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, all for prices that are lower than low. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, the Packers won't be back on the field until 1 week from today when they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. But in the meantime, the team is encouraging people to mask up. The statues of Curly Lambeau and Vince Lombardi outside of the Lambeau Field now have Packers masks on them. Representatives for the team say they hope the masks create a sense of teamwork in a community struggling to contain COVID-19. And good news, Bucks fans, the wait is over for the next season ending soon. The NBA Players Association is agreeing to a December 22nd start date for the regular season. ESPN reports the season will be 72 games and starts just about a month after the draft. That's on November 18th. Players are expected to report to training camps on December 1st. And now it's time to look at our weather as we end out this weekend. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Taylor. We're watching quiet weather throughout the eastern part of the country, but I've said it all weekend long. My focus is going to be on the Four Corners, the Rockies, and really just the West as a whole. This is where our next storm system has already begun to develop. It's bringing really a powerful blizzard to parts of the northern Rockies. Out ahead of that, we have strong winds out of the south that's kept the sunshine around, that's also kept us incredibly warm, but things are getting ready to change. Cloud cover is going to be on the increase as this low gradually starts to work its way on in. We keep that southwesterly wind around, but as we move into Monday afternoon and Tuesday, we're going to see more clouds move in. We're also going to watch eventually a chance of some showers or thunderstorms. But for now, here's how things are playing out for us. Waking up with another beautiful morning. Temperatures are in the 50s all across the board. 53 in Madison. Winds, as I said, are right out of the south. They're going to be staying that way, keeping temperatures really warmer than they were 24 hours ago in a lot of spots just to our south. Now, here in Madison, we are only 1 degree warmer than 24 hours ago, but expect these warmer temperatures to continue to push in as we go throughout the day, with those cooler temperatures staying just back towards the west. Radar-wise, no showers or thunderstorms today. 24 hours from now, we may be talking a different tune, as those showers and thunderstorms will be on the way, and let me show you what I mean. This is the rest of this afternoon. Temperatures will top out to the upper 60s to right around 70. Clouds begin to increase as we move through the overnight hours. We top out in the 70s again tomorrow, but then by this time tomorrow, we're going to be talking about this next cold front. It's going to be moving in from the north and west, and by Tuesday morning, it's right on top of us. By Tuesday morning, we're talking a temperature spread of around 20 degrees across the state of Wisconsin, where towards south and eastern parts of the state, you're in the mid-60s. Back towards the north and west, a lot of your temperatures will be into the mid-40s. But once this cooler air moves in, the reality is we will still see temperatures that are around to just above average. That is how warm we are right now. Check this out. We go from 70s to 60s all the way down to the 40s by Wednesday through next week. The expectation is that temperatures will stay in the 40s. But Taylor, our average high by the time we get you towards the end of the forecast is around 44.
I could do that. 44 is not too bad. Well, Chris, I have a question for you. Are you a dog person?
I am.
Good. This next story is for you then.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, well, not all politics races have to be diverse. And this next story is the proof. In Kentucky, a small town elected a dog, Chris, as a mayor. We're told Wilbur the French Bulldog ran a doggone good campaign against a field that included a Smokey the rooster and Stella the cat. Now, before you say this can't be real, the town called Rabbit Hash has a real mayor too, but every 4 years they also elect a pet. People vote by donating to the local historical society. Pretty cool. And even for some humans, winning isn't everything. Brian Giles of Marshfield, Wisconsin, was a candidate for the 69th Assembly here in Wisconsin, but he didn't end up winning. But he watched the election results come in Tuesday night from a hotel room in Madison. Here's why. Just a few hours later, he would be in the operation room having his kidney removed and sent to someone in need.
It's probably the ultimate feeling you can have. I kind of do what I do to, try to help other people. And again, that was kind of why I was running for the assembly also.
Now, he originally decided to donate his kidney in January when he saw a brochure from the National Kidney Registry. He says he's looking to start a new job now and might re-enter politics later down the road. This is just a friendly reminder to anyone 16 and older. You can sign up to be an organ donor at organdonor.gov or at your local DMV. Well, coming up here, if you're ready to start your holiday season early, what one grocery store is selling to get you into the holiday spirit? Plus, what studies say teens are spending most of their money on during the pandemic. We'll have that and much more. Stay with us.
Question: are you happy with your Medicare plan? Want to get more for your money? Take a look at Quartz Medicare Advantage plans. In partnership with UW Health, Quartz Medicare Advantage plans start at $0 a month, including coverage for medical, hospital, and prescriptions. With $5 primary care visits, $0 preventive care, specialist copays as low as $25, and new this year, $0 telehealth visits, allowing you to see a doctor from the comfort of home. It's no wonder that 98% of our members choose to stay with Quartz. That's loyalty we strive to earn every day. Learn more by requesting your free planning guide from Quartz today, featuring cost and coverage details, plus other information to help you choose the right plan for you. Quartz Medicare Advantage plans also offer more value, with plans including preventive and comprehensive dental benefits with up to $550 reimbursement, vision benefits with up to $300 reimbursement for glasses or contacts, coverage for hearing exams and hearing aid copays as low as $700 per aid, and up to $160 reimbursement for over-the-counter health-related items. Quartz Medicare Advantage also includes fitness benefits and our new Snowbird travel benefits, giving you the same as in-network coverage as you travel across America. All from a plan that works closely with and gives you easy access to UW Health, an integrated health system serving more than 600,000 people each year. Together, we help you live well. Switch to Quartz Medicare Advantage. Call 888-718-7756 or visit quartzmedicareplans.com/enroll to request your free planning guide from Quartz today. That's 888-718-7756.
This year, the holidays, just like everything else, will be different. But one thing hasn't changed. Many families will need your help this Thanksgiving.
You can join UW Athletics and the Goodman Community Center in providing Thanksgiving meals for 4,000 families in Dane County.
Please consider a food or monetary gift so no one goes without a holiday dinner.
We are grateful for any gift you can provide.
Donate at goodmancenter.org.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, a lot of us are looking forward to the end of 2020, and several local stores are already selling Advent calendars to help count down to Christmas time. One of them is Aldi. Aldi is now selling more than 20 different kinds. You can choose ones from beer, wine, or hard seltzer. If alcohol isn't your thing, don't worry. It's okay. They have ones with cheese or chocolate, too. These have historically sold out, though, pretty quickly, so you'll want to get there pretty soon and get your Advent calendar. And also, when it comes to teen spending, American teenagers are buying less and less more clothes and more video games right now. The pandemic is changing the way a Gen Z age group spends their money. Elise Preston has more.
Alexis Berghalter is a high school junior in Columbus, Ohio. Her passion is competitive tennis. And until the pandemic, she enjoyed trips to the mall.
I think it was really just a good way to hang out with your friends, get stuff you need.
Teenage shoppers are an important slice of the nation's economy. Piper Sandler senior research analyst Erin Murphy tracks their spending.
This year in particular, spending was at the lowest we've seen in the 2 decades that we've conducted this survey.
The survey says teens spent about $2,100 this year, a 9% drop from last year, a trend that's at least partly a result of the pandemic.
There's clearly things in the wallet that you can't spend on that maybe you used to, whether it's, going out to eat with your friends or whether it's going to concerts.
Spending on cosmetics dropped 20% and apparel was down 11%, with Nike as the #1 brand. One area that bucked the trend, video games.
Video games moved from 8% of the total wallet to 10% of the wallet.
Another change is in the way teenagers shop. The pandemic drove them out of stores and online. 90% now say they spend money on e-commerce. Alexis says she never shopped online before this year. Now she spends about $120 a month over the internet, money she earns doing chores.
I want to be sad for myself that I can't see my friends as much and hang out with my friends, but I just know people are in a worse situation than I am.
In fact, nearly half of all teens believe the economy is getting worse, which could mean more belt-tightening in the future. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
The survey included teens between the age of 13 and 19 from households with an average yearly income of about $67,000. Well, there's a whole half hour left of news still ahead here on News 3 Now this morning. And next, we're running through this morning's top stories. Plus, we have another busy week of vote counting here in Wisconsin. Canvassing is now underway. We'll be back.
High Point Steakhouse has your holidays covered with take and bake menu items your family will love and a free $25 gift certificate. But get your order in now or you'll miss it. High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club.
I've always had jobs centered on helping people, but now with a nursing degree from Herzing University, I've made it a career.
Having a job was one thing. But having a career, to me, that meant something completely different. With a little hard work and a degree from Herzing University, anything is possible.
I'm possible at Herzing.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma.
RAV4, Camry, and more.
I'll take it.
I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can lease an adventurous new 2021 Toyota RAV4 for $219 a month. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
So step 1, U.S. Cellular pays you back for your unused data at the end of the month.
Okay, and step 2?
There is no step 2.
So you just pay me back for unused data?
Yes.
Okay, run me through that one more time.
Which part?
Just the whole thing part.
Got it. So step 1.
If you've forgotten what a fair deal sounds like, let us remind you. Switch to U.S. Cellular, the network ranked #1 in network quality by J.D. Power. U.S. Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
As a retired weatherman, I like things I can predict. That's why I chose an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan from United Healthcare. It's the kind of plan with predictable out-of-pocket costs. Plus, the plan I chose has a low to 0% chance of copays. It's a sunny day for me.
Honey, you're doing it again.
I'll stop.
The only Medicare supplement plans with the AARP name. Medicare supplement plans have no networks and no referrals, so you can take charge.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. You can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakout. Call in your order today.
This can't get any worse, or we're going to be in trouble.
For the first time, get a look inside the COVID unit at UW Hospital, where healthcare workers are treating more people than ever and making their plea to the public.
The community can be heroes to us.
Tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
On the next Live at 4, we'll have the latest presidential election news and find out where we go from here.
And film critic Will Loper will run down all the new movies and streaming shows and tell us to stream or skip it.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's November 8th. I'm Taylor Lazenby. Well, we're heading into another busy week of vote counting here in Wisconsin. Canvassing is now underway. Now, the goal of canvassing is to make sure every vote is cast, and it's included in our election totals.
We are looking for everything that happened at the polling place on Election Day and what the officials did about it. So they took a diary, put together a diary at the polling place, and we're going to review every single one of those. We have all the poll books, and we have the results tapes and envelopes here. We also have rejected absentees, and we'll review those as well, make sure that they were rejected for proper reasons.
Now, unlike a recount, all ballots stay sealed in ballot bags during canvassing process. Clerks verify the results of the Madison school referendum and also count provisional ballots. There were 45 provisional ballots cast in Madison. And it's a good weekend to support local restaurants. The weather is currently cooperating. Is that right, Chris?
Yeah, that is. If restaurants still have a lot of those patios open, you have no problem sitting outside as we go through the rest of this weekend. Sunshine still continues for all of us, but changes will be on the way. Taylor, I'm watching a blizzard throughout the northern Rockies. While I don't expect any snow out of this, it will at least send us a chance of showers and thunderstorms and then some cooler air as we start to move towards the end of the week. So this is why I stress, enjoy this quiet weather that we have out there now. Starting on a mild note, temperatures are in the mid to upper 50s all throughout south central Wisconsin. Boscobel, a common warm spot at 58. Platteville coming in at 57. Janesville is at 54. Madison sits right at 53. A couple of high cirrus clouds now starting to join the party. Those are just decorators, but they're a sign of what's to come as we go through time. But here's what you can expect looking ahead throughout the day. 53 right now, 68 by 11, 72 by 1 o'clock.
I love it. 72. We got to go outside. Thank you so much, Chris. Well, new this morning, we're learning that Pope Francis is encouraging Catholics around the world to protect themselves with the coronavirus. And this weekend, he's leading by example. After weeks of holding public masses with hundreds, the Pope is returning behind closed doors as Italy remains under a second lockdown. He's now communicating with the public through televised messages. The Pope says it's important to follow the rules imposed by both political and health leaders. The country, he's also called for prayers for all health care workers who are helping those to fight against COVID-19. And that brings us to our local coronavirus headlines in Dane County. It's one of several Wisconsin communities that continues to see high hospitalization rates. This weekend, more than 130 people are in the hospital and nearly 3 dozen are in the ICU. As we head into a new week, county officials are still once again asking people to stay home whenever it's possible and to wear a mask while you're out in public.
Limiting close contact is the key to preventing the disease spread. And this means if you are within 6 feet of someone for 15 minutes, that's close contact.
More than 17,000 people in Dane County have gotten the virus since the first case was reported back in February. More than 13,000 of them have since recovered. The rise in local hospitalizations is having an impact on how local healthcare providers are able to treat patients. Doctors and nurses at UW are now calling this a second wave and say this wave is very serious. Our Adam Duxter has given a rare look inside that COVID unit.
What was supposed to be a unit designed for patients recovering from brain surgery is now an emergency coronavirus unit at UW Hospital.
Looking at this unit paints a picture of just how unusual this is.
Dr. Jeff Potoff, who serves as the hospital's chief quality officer, says these halls are a sign of the times.
Our numbers in Wisconsin are really pretty out of control. We don't have anything that tells us that things are about to get better, that we're just about out of this. If anything, it looks like our curve will continue to move on a fast upward trajectory.
This space offers 12 beds, in addition to the 12 in UW's Trauma and Life Support Center a few halls over. And even then, space is getting scarce. Potoff says if cases don't start dropping, pre-op rooms, even operating rooms could soon turn into COVID care rooms.
The farther we go down that list, the less ideal it would be anticipated the outcomes will be worse for patients. To think that in a country like the United States, we may have to start providing a less than stellar standard of care, or we'll have to start rationing medical care in this country seems absolutely unfathomable.
Potoff says the biggest challenge is doing all this while still keeping enough space open for non-COVID patients. And he knows that unless people change their habits outside of this hospital, the more people who will end up in it, with a slim chance of ever making it out.
We need to start caring about other people just a little bit more than what we have been. Our neighbors that we know, our neighbors that we don't know, we need to start thinking about what they need to stay safe and putting their needs just a little bit in front of our needs.
Now on campus, the UW-Madison is planning for more regular and frequent COVID-19 tests for all students and employees come the spring. To make that happen, though, the university is partnering with Shield T3, a subsidiary of the University of Illinois system, which working to expand the reach of rapid results spit test. The partnership will provide UW-Madison with 10,000 additional tests per day and bring a mobile testing lab to the campus.
It's a highly automated, roboticized testing lab, which can perform up to 10,000 tests per day with a very small team of folks running the testing facility. Shield provides the people, they provide the equipment, they provide the trailer, and in return, we guarantee a certain amount of testing volume.
This spring, university officials plan to test all undergraduate students twice per week. Employees and graduate students working on or visiting the campus will be required to get tested regularly. And now some more local news. For a second time this year, Roosevelt Elementary School in Janesville is moving online this week due to a staffing shortage. Too many of its staff members are in quarantine after being notified they were in close contact with someone who tested positive. The closure will last at least a week. Administrators say they're reevaluating the situation this Friday. And despite increasing COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin, groups are continuing to ask school officials to reopen schools in Dane County. The group Open Dane County Public and Private Schools created its own medical advisory board. Some of those medical professionals say that they have been in contact with a number of mental health specialists. And one local pediatrician says students are suffering.
We're seeing so much more depression, anxiety, there's eating disorders, obesity. I've diagnosed more type 2 diabetes in the last 6 months than I have in the previous 10 years of my practice.
The group says that peer-reviewed evidence-based studies now show that safe in-person learning can occur. And as we head into a new work week, public health officials warn that we're seeing more coronavirus cases in office settings throughout Dane County and urge people to remember now is not the time to ease up when it comes to social distancing.
We're also seeing more clusters of illness in a variety of different workplaces. And so we're asking you to think back to what you did at the beginning of the pandemic and remap how things are going in your workspace, to think about whether you have your physical distancing still.
Well, make News 3 part of your weekly routine by downloading the Channel 3000 app for the latest headlines and weather conditions 24/7. Coming up after the break, did you eat a lot during this year's election? Well, we take a look at some of the crazy menu choices by voters across the nation.
I want a reservation for 2 pair of glasses and an eye exam.
Oh, you can just walk in.
I see, my reputation precedes me.
Actually, we do this for everyone.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. Boop, gone.
Unbeatable prices without the drama. 2 pair plus a free eye exam as low as $59.95.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
Go Anywhere pillow is really comfortable, so that's what I really like. It's nice and supportive and it's nice and small.
The MyPillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the MyPillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com to get deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but so much more. For example, you get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Time to start it up, America. You've got a lot of joy to make. And we're kicking off the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event because you've got turkeys to fry and thanks to give. It's our thing. So we're giving you incredible deals on the Built Ford Tough F-150 and Ford Ranger. That'll make a lot of joy this season. Ford, built for the holidays. Now lease the Built Ford Tough F-150 STX for just $299 a month during the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event at your Wisconsin dealer.
Stanton Optical is always here for you with our safe telehealth technology. You can just walk in for an eye exam whenever you need one. And your eye exam is free when you buy 2 pair of glasses for as low as $59.95. Find your nearest store at StantonOptical.com or call 1-800-STANTON.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, who's overwhelmed right now that they're stress eating their way through the weekend? According to Google, top searches for Election Day eating were fries and local liquor stores. People also search for pizza, Chinese food, sushi, and Mexican food. Now, all those sound pretty normal options. Well, CNN's Gene Moss looks at some of the oddest concoctions people were sharing as they waited for those election results.
When it comes to a candidate's lead,
it has been shrinking.
But you know what's not shrinking? Most of us. We are shoving, we are shoveling, and we are guzzling. Just one glass. Forget
votes that have not been counted.
Think of all the calories that have not been counted. People are proudly posting examples of their stress eating, from pie to pumpkin seeds to chocolate pastries to glistening meat. Folks are stress eating eggs at midnight. I don't care that it's ugly. It is a stress eating dream come frickin' true. Odd combinations abound. Tequila and sugar cookies? I combine stress eating and stress drinking into a wine float. Google says fries near me and liquor store near me are at all-time highs in search. Talk about winners and losers. In this house, the election was between cheddar, caramel, and butter. Butter won. But in this case, you can eat the runners-up. Celebrities are stressed like us. Take Chrissy Teigen.
Stress cooking, everything's fine, everything's fine.
Ryan Seacrest posted himself eating onion pizzas while Cardi B preferred to puff. Even Luca, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, overate this fish-shaped oven mitt and had to go to the vet ER where they induced him to barf up 3 inches of cloth. Talk about returns.
My stress eating has gone from brownies to ice cream to just pouring raw cake mix down my throat.
One person posted, I'm on track to consume 10,000 calories in 36 hours. Is this normal? The Tina Fey cake-eating gif was a favorite. Take it out on the cake instead of your political nemesis.
Yell it into the cake.
The person who posted this photo suggested if you put the chocolates directly on the pizza, it saves a lot of time. It takes more than a fortune cookie to predict the future of the election. But with all the stress eating, I may reach 270 before either of the candidates.
Calm down.
Jeannie Moose, CNN.
You need to dip a grilled cheese into the cake.
New York.
Well, let's take a live look over the Capitol this morning. Chris is going to be back with a look ahead of your work week forecast. That's next on News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really? Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
When it comes to the holidays, some people have a lot of love to give. Like, a lot. Luckily, Pick and Save has a huge assortment of all your fresh favorites. So givers can keep giving all season long. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. This drug remains approved by the FDA. If you or a loved one regularly took Zantac and were later diagnosed with cancer, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Potential cancers include bladder cancer, colon cancer, kidney cancer, stomach cancer, liver cancer, pancreatic cancer. Do not stop taking a prescribed medication without first consulting with your doctor. Discontinuing a prescribed medication without your doctor's advice can result in injury or death.
Call 1-800-670-2995.
When I grow up, I want to be an expert in something. I want to know what it would be like to make a difference. I want to be a part of something bigger, to help people, to change lives. When I grow up, I want to show the world that anything is possible. But now I know that making a difference doesn't take much. It just takes me. Join our team.
Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
3 things to know on this Sunday morning. Our near record temperatures, they are sticking around as we go through today and into tomorrow, but those rain showers are going to be returning to the forecast, and after a major cold front, temperatures are just going to go back to average, if not remaining slightly above that. Now, the weather across the country still is overall fairly quiet. We are watching Tropical Storm Ada bring a lot of showers down to parts of Florida. My focus, though, that's going to be on the western part of the country. This is where we have a major storm system that's developed. Lots of cloud cover, rain and snow throughout the Rockies and the Sierra Nevada. This is helping send the warm southerly wind out ahead of that. That's a good reason to explain why we have been just unseasonably mild out there. A stationary front just towards the north, but eventually it's this area low pressure that starts to move our direction as we go through time. Moisture fills in out ahead of that. That leads to more cloud cover, and then eventually we'll start to see a line of showers and thunderstorms that develop along with that. But for now, sunshine continues to be the focus of the story. We're waking up at 53 in Madison. Good morning. Winds are out of the south as well. That'll continue to help us warm up as we go throughout the day. Janesville, good morning at 57. Basketball, good morning to you at 58. Viroqua, I haven't given you guys a shout out in a while. Good morning there as well. Here's what to expect, though, as we go throughout the day. This is 3:30. Temperatures will be in the low 70s. That sunshine sticks around. Now we start to move into those overnight hours. That's when a little bit more of the way of cloud cover is going to move in. Our overnight low, because of the cloud cover, will be into the upper 50s to right around that 60-degree mark. Now let's put this into motion through Monday. Monday afternoon. Don't be surprised if we actually start to see a little bit in the way of some sunshine. That may give temperatures a little boost by a degree or two. So now a lot of the model data, which is what I'm showing you right here, has those highs just above the 70-degree mark into Monday. Then Monday night into Tuesday, that's when the cold front begins to arrive from the north and west. So if you have plans Monday evening, don't worry about the rain showers coming in until we get towards Tuesday morning. This is 5 o'clock in the morning. I expect a temperature spread throughout the state. 60s towards the south and east, 40s back towards the north and west. By 7:30, that is right on top of us. As you head out the door going into Tuesday morning, make sure you have that umbrella handy. Some cooler air starts to move in behind that, and it's here to stay for a bit. But even though it's cooler, our temperatures will still be above average, and rain chances are going to remain on a lower side too. We see that best rain chance on Tuesday, and then every other rain chance, they're there, but they are smaller rain chances for now. I'm watching the pattern, though, because there are signs it's wanting to go a little bit more active. We're just gonna, we'll trend that way. We'll see how things go.
Don't bring the umbrella yet. Just leave it inside the trunk.
Until Tuesday.
Thank you so much, Chris. Well, we'll have more News 3 Now this morning after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
Go Anywhere pillow is really comfortable, so that's what I really like. It's nice and supportive, and it's nice and small.
The MyPillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the MyPillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com to get deep discounts, not just on My Pillows, but so much more. For example, you get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or My Pillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Pulse. Breathe it in.
Work smarter. Use the cloud to securely print, scan, and collaborate. GI Office Technologies, helping businesses like yours.
Before you make plans, download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app.
This can't get any worse, or we're going to be in trouble.
For the first time, get a look inside the COVID unit at UW Hospital, where healthcare workers are treating more people than ever and making their plea to the public.
The community can be heroes to us.
Tonight on News 3 Now at 10.